And then, when you work with Bruce Fairbairn on this record, I saw an interview with Ed where Ed kind of said, working with this guy, he's worked with all these great, amazing artists, and I don't want him to think I'm just, all talk. I felt nervous, and I had to elevate my game a little bit. Did you feel that way working with Bruce Fairbairn at all?
No, not really. I mean, Bruce was very relaxed and very easy to work with, and he really let us just. He didn't try to. He was one of the guys that didn't try to make a sound one way or another, whatever. And he just totally let us be who we are, and sound the way we do. And I had a lot of fun with Bruce. He was great.
But what is it? How does a producer like that? Like, what does he bring to the table? Because I mean, you'd work with Ted Templeman, and then you work with Mick Jones and Don Lange and all these guys. But then you go from Andy, and then you work with Bruce, who did the Slippery When Wets and the Pumps and all that stuff. What does he bring to the table, and how does he elevate your performance?
A producer can be everything from just a babysitter to try to keep everybody from fighting to trying to actually write the songs for you when you're in the studio. And in the beginning, we always wanted a producer just to bring out the Van Halen sound. We just wanted to somebody to capture how we sounded when we played live. And after a while, it was kind of like you record with a certain producer for a while, like we did with Ted Templeman. And it wasn't that we were dissatisfied at any point along the way with how Ted was, how we were working with him, whatever. But it was just at one point we felt that it was time to just see what another producer, how they would capture us, And so when we used different producers, that's basically all it was. It wasn't like, oh my God, this guy's terrible to work with, because we always made sure that we were going to have a good time with the guy in the studio before he even walked in the studio with us.
Right. He had to be a good hang at least.
Exactly. And in the early days, that was an important part of it, because boy, we,
did a lot of hanging.
Yeah, we did a lot of hanging, but so each guy just brought his own personality to the table, and we just kind of let them do that, and nobody really controlled the band. Of course, like Bruce Fairbairn and a lot of them, they make suggestions, especially like Ted Templeman in the early days, because if we were left totally to our own devices, each song would have been like 10 minutes long, because every song started out with a long guitar intro, every single song that we had. And then it'd be like this long instrumental thing, and then the vocals would come in, and it's like, no, guys, let's just cut this part a little bit shorter and go right into the vocals and whatever. So, they kind of help, piece the things together and put this part here and whatever. But, everybody would make certain musical suggestions as far as try doing this or that, but no one really said, they didn't try to steer us into doing what they wanted us to do. They always let us do our thing.
An all-new episode of The Mitch, Lafon, and Jeremy White Show.
Tuesday at noon.
Available wherever you stream.